Okay, so in our last step, what we found out how to do was how to complete the first two layers. So we had our completed red face here, and then the next two layers all look very, very nice, which is all well and good, but we need to go further than that because it looks sort of at this stage that we're about halfway through the cube. So I guess that's not entirely true because we've only done 3 out of the 7 steps, but we're about to teach the 4th step. So when you get to this point here, you will have one of 3 options. The first option is you will have one single orange dot, and all the other sort of central edge pieces will be any other color. So you would just have the one dot. The second option you can have, which is the one that we have here, which is just a line. So you can either have a line, it can either be up and down the cube or across the cube. Doesn't really matter. Or the third step is I like to call it like a backwards L. So it's where this edge piece and this edge piece are both orange. So it's like that. But we'll expose you to all of them in good time. From this point on, what we need to do is just have a quick chat about what an algorithm is. So an algorithm is probably a term that you'll hear thrown around a lot when it comes to Rubik's cubes. And what it really means is it's just a series of moves that you do to the cube in order to get from one sort of checkpoint to the next. So as I said, there are 7 checkpoints, and this is step number 4. So you need to remember this one. What we're going to do is we rotate. If you've got a line like we do here and it goes across the cube, you keep it across the cube. You spin the front face clockwise. So what happens really is you've just brought up 3 reds on the left hand side of the cube. So clockwise on the front. Then you knock these top 2 off the 3 by rotating the top round once. So we've just knocked off the 3rd red. Then you bring up a second set of reds on the front face by rotating the right hand side up. Then you reattach your reds over here. So now we've got the 3 reds back on the side here, and you've got your 2 on the front. You put the 2 on the front back down, and you rotate the front face once more. So that doesn't look like it's done a lot, but it's actually got us to the next step, which is we have to do that exact same thing again, because first we had a line, now we've got what I was talking about before, that backwards L. So it's where it's in that sort of top left hand corner, and I say it's a backwards L just because that makes it easier for me to visualize. Now it looks like a P at the moment because this one's orange and this one's orange, but you won't always get that the case. So this one might be orange or this one, but what you're focused on is the central pieces here. So it's just this middle one, this top middle one has to be orange, and this middle left one has to be orange. So that's what makes up the L that I'm talking about. So now we just need to do it again, and we're going to get the 4th checkpoint, which is a cross on top. So that's the goal that we're looking for. So follow along. You go clockwise on the front, which brings up the 3 reds on the side. Then you knock the top off by rotating the top around. So it's knocked off the top red one from the side. Then you bring up a second set of reds on the side, like that. And then you reattach the reds on the side here, like so. So you've got 1, 2, 3, and 2 on the front. Then we put the 2 back down first, and we put these 3 back down. And what we've got on top is a nice big orange cross. As I said before, don't stress too much about these outside 2 ones. We're not worrying about the color here. We're worrying about the cross, and that is how we get the cross. So I'll quickly show you another one. I'll show you how to do it from the dot in a second.